Hey everyone, it's Types, and today I'm going to be ranking all the Pokemon that have appeared on pack arts this year. This is a little weird, but for those of you who don't know, I imagine pretty much all of you know this, but you buy Pokemon TCG cards in packs, and those packs have art on them, but they do depict a specific card. Generally, a few of them are kind of weird, so we'll just go along and see how this goes because yeah, I don't know. Some of them, I'll talk about the different pack arts. I'm not showing the pack arts, but I'm ranking the Pokemon on the pack arts. For most of these, it's very straightforward, but a few of them, it's not. So I'll talk about those when I get to them. But yeah, I'll just go set by set, starting off with Miraidon and Miraidon. Miraidon is certainly going to be in the I'll put it in the A tier. It's been a very solid card so far. I could see putting it in the S tier. Um, I'll leave it in A tier for now, I guess. It's very good, but it's not like super dominant. It's not like the best deck in the format or the best deck in the set or anything like that. But yeah, so it's just for like basics. It's kind of like Zacian, but it's not as good as Zacian. So I think Rhydon in A tier is fair. I'm gonna put Rhydon in. I'm looking at the other cards here. I'll put in C tier. It's not particularly good. It's like not an awful card. It's seen some play actually with another card on this list. But yeah, the two legendaries obviously grabbing spots on the pack arts, which makes sense and it's fine, but they're not. Miraidon's pretty good. Crydon's not as good. I think Miraidon gets made fun of more than it deserves, but it's still not great. The third one is Gyarados EX, which I'll put in F tier, I guess. Like, no, I'll put it in D tier. Like, why do you play this? Um, it's not very good. I don't remember exactly what it does, honestly, but I know it's not very good. So now I'll put in F. Yeah, it's I think one of the first Terra EXs as well, which is super disappointing because it doesn't change type. It gets kind of sad. Um, and I'll put it there because it is that Terra that doesn't change type. And then the last pack art we had um, a um a Sprigatito, a Fuecoco, and a Quaxley. I don't even know if this is the right these are the right ones, but I think these are. I don't really know. It doesn't really show because obviously it's just like the Pokemon on the pack art, not the card itself. So yeah, I'd say these are probably like a D. I don't. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I'll just put them in D. Like obviously they evolve. Fuecoco is like better. Or I mean, sorry, Sprigatito, then Fuecoco, then Quaxley because of the stage twos go in that order, I guess. But like, I mean, they're base. I don't really know why they're on the pack art. I feel like they're kind of like silly to include here. But you obviously don't play them for themselves. You play them as for the final evolutions. And I feel like it doesn't really make sense to rank them here, but I'll just slot them in a D tier because why not? But then we do actually in Paldea Evolved get the final evolutions. We have Skeledirge, we have Meowscarada, and we have Quaquaval. I honestly have no idea if I'm getting these names right, but yeah, whatever. So this is not the Metal Skeledirge. These are not the Terra ones, but yeah, these are from Paldea Evolved. I believe that's where it's at. And so Skeledirge is probably in the C tier as well. It might be worse than Koraidon. Not great, but I think it's okay. Quavel is going to go in the C tier as well because none of those are particularly good. And then Meowscarada will go in the B tier, which is okay. It's not that good, but it is playable on its own, which is good. Arguably, it's not as good as Koraidon, actually, but I feel like B tier is where it deserves to go. Koraidon really isn't that good. So yeah, Meowscarada is like spread and damage. It's okay. Skeledirge is also okay, but hasn't really seen any play. Recently with the new Skeledirge, just starting to see a little bit of play, but not that much. And then Quaquaval is pretty bad. I could put it lower, but it is playable. It's not like the worst card ever. And then also from this set, we have Ting Lu and Chein Pao, and these are both really good. Ting Lu, I'm going to slot an A, honestly. I think it's a very good card. It's kind of weird. It doesn't turn off EX abilities, but it's a very decent card. I think pairing it with a Hitmonchan, that's been like super undervalued, but it's a decent combo. It's super annoying for some decks because it just ability locks the whole board that isn't EXs. And while there are some EXs that have good abilities, there aren't that many. In most decks, you can probably still rely on abilities of non EXs, even if like Chein Pao does, Miraidon does, I guess. You should beat Miraidon from weakness, and then you have like Guard 4, which relies on like Curly and stuff. So I think this is fine. Obviously, Manaphy will shut down Hitmonchan, but anyway, it's good. It was good with Koraidon as well, but Tinglu was more important to the deck than Koraidon. Koraidon was like a secondary piece just to help Tinglu a little, but it was really a Tinglu deck. And then Chein Pao is going to be S tier, I think. It's probably the best card in this list. Um, it might not be. I'm not sure. Honestly, like the top is pretty clogged. Like I can see Chein Pao, Miraidon, and the two other cards in this list being, or maybe even three, being rearranged a little bit. But yeah, I feel like Chein Pao has been like super good ever since it came out. It's super good now. It's not like super broken, but it's the best deck from this set, which I feel like it just gives it that little extra boost. Next up, we got I think it's Obsidian Flames. So that we had Tyranitar and Charizard, which are both Terra EX to the change type. Then we had Revavroom, and we had Dragonite. Dragonite is bad. I'll put an F. I guess so. Like I don't know if it deserves F. It's pretty bad though. Like no one's ever played it. Essentially, it's not really worth playing. So I'll put an F tier. Um, it's inconsistent, which isn't great. But like I think it can do like 280, but it's like two different types of energy on a stage two, so it's not really good anyway. Good HP, I guess, but whatever. I'd definitely rather play Tyranitar, which I'll put in B, and Charizard, which I'll put in A. I don't think Charizard is as good as Chein Pao, but it's pretty close. Charizard was the best deck from the set as well. Again, that like gives us a nice boost. And Tyranitar in B is like it's fine. It's a whatever attacker. It's one of those like generic stage twos. They kind of get overlooked and see some play. There's not really too much to say about it. I mean, I guess it's kind of like Garchomp, which we'll talk about. It pairs with like fighting Pokemon, it pairs with Lucario as well. Like you need Lucario. You need some way to. I think you need to like damage it or something. I don't remember how it works. Not gonna lie. I know it's like you like damage it and it like its first stack is like okay and it like melee. It's whatever. Honestly, it has like high HP. It's lightning weakness, which is okay to hit, I guess. I don't know if it's better than fighting weakness, but you can stick hit other fighting Pokemon to hit fighting weakness, so it's fine. Next up, we got 151, and 151, the pack art, if you look at that, has a lot of different Pokemon on it, but it has like the silhouettes of like all the Pokemon, but I'm pretty sure it's just supposed to be like Mew. Like Mew's the prominent Pokemon, so I'm assuming it's just Mew. I don't really want to rank all these other like garbage cards, so I'll put Mew in S. Yeah, I'll put Mew in S. I feel like it's really versatile, which is super good for it. And I like versatility. It's a very good card, right? It's very strong. Um, I don't know if it deserves to be an S or just an A, but it's really good. It's like super into Giratina. Giratina's been really good since it came out. Um, it's good into Reading Greninja. It's getting into a lot of things. Mew X is like a very good card. The pivot aspect is really nice. It's like the best pivot. Now it's not necessarily like the best. In like every like Roaring Moon is out with more Hiko, which is really nice. But overall, I feel like it's really good. Oh, I forgot Revavroom. Revavroom is gonna be in B tier. You're okay. It's like the only engine. I don't know how I forgot it, but it's fine. No one really is like an engine. I should play Revavroom. I mean, sometimes people are like that, but not super commonly. Um, it's overshadowed by Barrel for being less consistent, which is kind of an issue when you're an engine. But it can draw a bunch of cards. It's pretty solid. But yeah, UBX also draws cards, and it's pretty solid. A good attack, free retreat, and nice ability. It's very good. Next up we got Iron Valiant. I'll put Iron Valiant in A. I'll put it above Ting-Lu. I think it's a very solid attacker. Because I mean, it's not like a great attacker, but its ability is like super great. I've been playing a lot of Iron Valiant Entei recently. It's pretty fun. It's not the best deck, but it's fun. And yeah, that's like Iron Valiant helps it a bunch. Its ability is really nice. Its attack's solid. And I think if people find a way to use it well, it's gonna be super good. Roaring Moon on the is like the opposite of Iron Valiant, where everyone was like super confident on how to use it. They're like, yeah, we got to go like super fast, super turbo, and then everyone's like, this deck's so good, and then end up not being that good. And so I'll put it right below Iron Valiant, I guess. Pretty similar. It's like a big basic. that like hits hard. A lot of these are just basics that like one shot, but it's worse than Chein Pao because it dies. I mean, it doesn't die, but it's very close to death. As far as trading is kind of bad. It's like a super linear. There's not really too much you can do about that, so I just put in A. And then we got the Water Garchomp. This card's okay. I'll put in B. It hasn't quite lived up to the hype. I think it has more potential and seeing more play. I don't think it's like a bad card. I think it's a pretty decent one. But I think it's still coming into its own. And then lastly, we have Armarouge GX. Like, who plays this card? I'll put it in the bottom of C. So yeah, I mean, Armarouge GX, it's just tanky. It's fun with other Armarouge, but yeah, not too much to say about it. But overall, I hope you enjoy this video. How would you rank these cards? Did I miss anything as well? This is just from the past year, which is just Scarlet and Violet. Did Crown Zenith come out this year? I don't know. I'm not like counting Crown Zenith though. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, consider subscribing, commenting your thoughts down below as well. I'd always appreciate that. And then also like the video if you enjoyed. And as always, I'm excited to see you next time.